Okay.
Reasoner said we gotta add a little spice to it.
A little spice.
Yeah, you gotta be a little bit more.
You should do like instead of doing the sad trumpet version, you should do the sad Titanic flute.
All right, I'll try.
My sides will split in two.
What's going on, guys? This is Ask Amped episode 49, and no, Anthony's still not back. Sorry. Deal with it.
We're gonna address that in a second.
We're gonna address that right now.
All right, you ready? All right. So this week on Ask Anthony, we have a couple of star guests. We have Kane Wooten, Pandora Squadron.
Oh, you just reading their names.
Oh yeah. Logan Hyatt with 2 T's. Abbott Kai. Luke Slidjko. The Man. And Nate Lee. Lie. Die-4.
That was very anticlimactic.
I know.
Is that what
That's
your
what I was
goal?
going for. Stop.
All right, guys. So you know that this is a question and answer show. We do our best to answer your greatest BBwarz questions. All you gotta do is get them in the comment section down below, and we pull them for the next episode. So today I got with me
Dom
and Rob Dawg.
I'm Rob Dawg.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say it for you.
I hate my
And I'm mad if I probably already said that, but
Cool.
start off, Rob.
All right, I'm gonna put these.
Yeah, put them in the trash, man. Put them in the trash.
We're gonna fill that thing up pretty fast.
We're gonna put them in the trash right now.
Justin Milton. Hey Amped, can you put a Daniel Defense Mad Bull stubby kit on a G&G CM16 Raider because the front sight is fixed onto the outer barrel? You can. I think the stubby kits, if I remember correctly, come with an outer barrel too. So if it comes with all the replacement parts, you can literally just pop it right on and it won't have any problems.
Oh, he's talking about that rail. It's like that short.
Yeah, I know. Well,
I thought it came with a barrel.
Well, the thing is, the stock Raiders, it comes with a 7.5-inch rail because they're carbine specs. It's a carbine barrel. So I know what you mean, though. The front sight's fixed onto the outer barrel, but you shouldn't have to cut that down unless you plan on putting the rail over the front sight. If it's like less than a 7-inch rail, then it'll pop on and you won't have to remove the front sight. You might have to take the gas tube out, but
Might look kind of ghetto, but yeah.
Bro, you're gonna get the where's the now gene questions now.
Down below.
Is this the cucumber one?
Yeah, dude. Hell
Dude,
yeah.
it's
Hell
so
yeah.
good. The lime cucumber.
Bryce0505. Hey Amped, what brand spray paint did you use when you painted your guns? How did you paint them? Did you take all the guts out or did you just tape over the important bits? Love the show and keep on keeping on.
The Krylon camo stuff specifically because it's matte. Don't use the gloss.
Yeah, don't just get. Yeah, do not use the gloss. It's sticky. Your gun will shine. It's
bad.
cool.
What's the color I use?
I think like Walmart, Lowe's, all the main
they all have.
places.
There's like 4 main colors. There's like tan. There's like the tan, the green, the black, and there's 2 different greens, and then there's black and tan usually is what they have.
Yeah, if even like I got most of mine at like Walmart and stuff. Just make sure it's usually the bottom row because it's not that popular. It's make sure you get the flat or the camo stuff.
Camo stuff's intended for guns.
Yeah,
so
basically, I'm very lazy and I don't gut something unless it's like a build I'm doing and I know I want to paint it and it's already in pieces. Then I'll paint it. But normally I just I take out stuff I know is really important or I just tape it over. That's my thing is it's just airsoft stuff, so I'm not too worried about it. If you do have like a fusion engine or an HPA like trigger board, you might want to take those out because we've had a couple guys that just painted their gun and paint got up in and it gunked up on the trigger contact. No bueno.
Yeah, you can really mess your stuff up. So I take my stuff apart because I'm really nervous.
Other than that, get like some grass, leaves, netting, some crap that can like vary it and not just unless you're confident in like making blotches and stuff like that. Get some stuff to
fishnet. Fishnet works really well. So some of you guys out there,
stockings.
Fishnet. Some of you guys who wear fishnet stockings, you can use those.
Jesus.
Most of you have some laying around, I'm sure.
I actually don't use the Krylon. I use Alumahide.
Well, we can't afford your rich paint.
The Alumahide is really nice. That's what I have on my AUG, the one with the tiger stripe and all that. So that stuff.
The COD paint job.
Only Call of Duty 4 paint job. Please don't ever call it that again.
If you guys are actually interested in a Pleb to Pro, we were considering doing one. But yeah, let us know if you want one.
This is Jose Luando. I'm pretty sure I got that right. Hopefully.
Whatever.
Hey guys, another amazing episode as always. Here's my question for this week. When are you guys coming down at Viperville? I know you see the videos. I know you see the Beta 302 boys put in the hurt on us. So when are you gonna come and play with us? Sad sacks. I'll be sure to wear knee pads that day. Hashtag make Viperville great again.
Where's that at? I don't even know.
It's in New Jersey, I believe.
That's not that bad.
Or no, where's Polar Star? Is that Jersey or Delaware?
They're on the border of New Jersey, Delaware, and Maryland.
Okay.
They're like on the southern tip.
Yeah, our bro, Calling Your Hits, his guys play there and stuff. We definitely want to go to that field at some point.
Wait, is that Bipolar Star?
It might be. I'm not sure. I'm
Me,
sure they
whenever
were.
the first
It's
time
an invite only field.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So,
Because the
probably
first time
not.
we played at a field, the first time we went down to Polar Star, I forget what it was called, but it was like a pretty big it's a pretty big thing. That's where like bingo is there and all the other.
Okay.
I don't know what that field was called. I can't remember.
Yeah, we're gonna try and get down there. We're trying to hit up a lot of things in the area over the summer, so we'll post up when we know.
Yeah,
It's all you.
So.
Trying to make this summer fun.
Summer fun, please. Meade Montgomery. Dear Amped, I have a Crytek CRB, and I know it doesn't need any upgrades, but if you had to upgrade anything internally, what would you do? Just barrel stuff, really. I mean, I wouldn't touch the gearbox until something breaks. So, you could do like a barrel bolt or something. The hop-ups can be kind of tricky, but honestly, even if you did just like a barrel and a bucking, you should that would do a lot for that gun.
That gun's way too good stock.
Yeah, they shoot really well
it's
stock.
just way too good stock.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's your buddy, Mike Hunt.
Enunciate that.
I also have another question if this is not the first of my questions drawn. So who out of this episode has a Polar Star Fusion engine? If you have one, do you run a banjo? Also, what poppet and nozzle do you use? And do you have wide or tight bore with that setup? Man, you're just getting everything in on this one. In addition to the question, what are shims for? I'm sort of new to the FE. I had a jack, now I have an FE. I think you're the only one that ran one for a while, right?
I had a couple of them.
You had one, or
I actually sold my Fusion engine before the banjos were released. I haven't had one for a while, but I had a prototype poppet in mind. It was the equivalent of like a red, I think.
Is that kind of what turned into our purple?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's what we got prototype poppets made a while ago, and I had one in my gun. So I ran typically for Fusion engines. We recommend the purple poppet and the purple nozzle now, or the red and the red. The gold poppet is typically only good with like type bore barrels. If you're running an Orga, we don't recommend it because you get too much feet per second loss and you can't really recover from that due to the wide bore. So, other question?
Basically,
shims.
shims.
So shims.
We've been getting that a lot lately. I think there's been like a speed bump of people who forgot about Fusion engine
shims aim to do the same thing what the low flow poppets do. It's just sort of like a cheaper, more tunable way of doing it. So it limits the poppet travel. So instead of your poppet taking a full cycle, it sort of short strokes that cycle time, so it keeps the poppet open for less time. It doesn't let it open as far, so the time is the same. The poppet just doesn't release as much air, which essentially is what the low flow does. You can actually use the low flow and the shims together to get super good efficiency, but that's a little more tricky. If you shim it too far, you're going to get a lot of dead shots and your gun's not going to function properly. So make sure if you are using both of them, it's kind of like a fine-tuning thing, but you can use them both. The shims still work really well. They were kind of cool when they came out. So.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right, this is Blackwind 321. Amp Bros. What are you guys' thoughts on the elastic cummerbunds? Does this boost the comfort outweigh the loss
in carrying ability?
I forgot how to read. Yeah. Thanks for the fun times. Hashtag Pharaoh, please restock FCPC. Hashtag Yellowstone is Bay. Okay, so I'm a big guy with
You're a big guy.
I'm not a big guy, but I'm a pretty small guy, and I love
pretty small lately. The training, dude.
Yeah, we have been training a lot.
I like the elastic cummerbunds, but I did not. Jesus,
dude, we broke some records, won some awards last weekend.
Yeah, we're pretty
training's paying.
We're douchebags.
Yeah.
Anyways,
we are actually.
The elastic cummerbunds are awesome. I love them, but I didn't like how I didn't have the molding on the side, so I bought the pig sleeves. They just go right over the cummerbunds, and they allow you to have molly and the elastic. So it's kind of the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
So I don't lose the carrying ability of the side pouches or anything. So it's a good way to do it.
I will say with some plate carriers that people don't realize this, the cummerbund, the thicker ones are actually structural sometimes. So with the elastic ones, if you're running like a super heavy tank or anything heavier on your back than up front, it'll suck it back. Like it'll suck back everything and like choke you with your plate carrier if you're not balanced enough. So.
That's the I think the biggest problem a lot of people run into is trying to balance their water bladder and like 90-45 with like.
It's only
I just ran
worse.
a BFG on the fronts and their plate carriers like
and it only gets worse when you go with the elastic cummerbund because that's a super thin piece of material.
Because that's the thing is like people think with the elastic they can suck it tighter, but then it's still not tight enough and it will eventually start to give and then you're probably having breathing problems at that point. So and yes, that Pharaoh needs to restock everything. Pharaoh is
awesome.
All right,
go for it, dog.
Where is thy shit?
Canada.
Carl Poisel. Do you have a dual tank set up for the Titman for sale yet? If so, what one do I get? If not, hurry up, please.
We do not quite yet.
Theoretically, you can. I mean,
I'm trying to think if we have, because you would need.
we haven't tried that yet.
Basically what we don't have right now is the just 2 UFAs. Because technically all you would need to do is get the Ninja line, like the whip line with the slide check. You would just need to replace the UFA that comes on that with a dual-ended one, and then mate half of our dual tank setup to it. We just don't have. Basically, all you need is the 2 UFAs plus the line.
Yeah, you can put it together
think,
yourself.
I think it's a thing between not being able to mount the Ninja lines to them because we don't have those like separated from just how they come individually. That, or we maybe just waiting to get our prototype Titman lines to do that for. I don't know.
Yeah, we haven't really done with that a whole lot yet.
Yeah.
That hasn't really been a big request item yet. That's the first actually, that's an interesting idea though. That's the first
I mean, the Air Rigs guys are working on it. It's just,
we have a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, they're pirated Vegas crashes a lot.
Look at this picture. Is that the Why You Lying guy? Yeah.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure.
Why you lying?
I might be. I don't know. It looks like.
Hey, Amped, how in the actual F you fuck can I get my hands on a GMR minimap? Even finding a used one for sale has proven frustratingly impossible for me. Thanks. I don't even like GMR. Hashtag, but that minimap looks like sex. Okay, I'm not even gonna read that last one.
It is. They are nice.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like, dudes sell those at a premium. Just this last weekend when we were gone, one of our buddies that was riding with us out to Wharton in Ohio, before we left, he noticed there was a guy searching for the Ozcam specific one in one of the gear groups. Which I have. And some dude was like $500, and the guy who was searching for it was like, I'll PM you. I was like, oh, I missed out.
Whatever.
Damn.
I doubt he actually sold it for $500.
But
I bet you he did.
I don't know.
The little birds say very soon. Very soon.
All right, Dom.
Dom it, not Nick.
Dom the Real Dow.
Is your name really spelled with a K?
Yeah.
What were your parents thinking?
They thought he'd be a pizza prince.
Why would my parents even ask?
The Prince of Pizza.
The pizza prince doesn't even want the empire.
Alright, Team Badger Airsoft. Matt, Ronald Reagan rocks. Love the picture.
Ron Dog.
Good one.
You can take another one.
No,
Yeah,
Robbie's already
out.
Oh, you do it for it? It's tainted, dude.
What?
It's tainted now.
No, it's
the longest one.
It was an accident.
Oh god. Alright,
Come on, read faster.
Kay Gallagher. Hey
go.
Amped, had a question for you guys. I recently bought a KWA KM4 from eBay and a Mark II from you guys. The system works well, but I'm having an issue with my hop-up and want to replace it. Problem is that it's a 2-piece and all the highly recommended hop-ups are 1-piece. Do you guys know of any 2-piece hop-ups that are worthwhile, or should I try to custom fit a 1-piece in there? Thanks and keep up the great content. You guys have my business from now on. Thanks, man.
Okay.
But he's going to be the tech.
Yeah. Good news for you is that modifying your lower receiver is actually pretty easy if you take your time. If you have a Dremel and a cutting wheel, it takes like a half an hour. It's pretty easy. There's tons of pictures and videos, but essentially you need to cut out a path for the 2-piece hop up to slide. For the 1-piece hop up to slide into. So that's the first part of your question. I would honestly just modify it and go with a Pro Win or something. It's really not that hard.
Yeah, that's the reason 1-pieces are such a prevalent thing now, is because 2-pieces used to be the main thing because everybody wanted the gun to split like a real one.
Yeah, kind of.
And then they realized, like, holy shit, this sucks. And then, so nobody was like, oh, I'm just going to make I think for a Sistema for a little while made like a metal 2-piece.
Oh,
or like they just made the top half.
I don't think so.
Maybe like Garter.
There was
or somebody
a couple.
did.
There was someone who did.
This was way back in the day.
Just modify it.
So.
There's videos, and I'm not going to go into depth right now because I can't, because that's not what this video is for. But if you look online,
or is it?
Yeah, it could be. It's really not that bad if you're handy with tools. So.
Yeah.
Jacob, hey Amped, I really enjoy Airsoft. Oh, that's good. And I do a little backpacking myself. I'm thinking about merging the two and attending an MSW event, but it seems like everyone runs fancy little Mark 18s. And what I'm wondering is, would I be looked down upon for using my GMP Colt M653 with an 80s aim point? Also, how much do your packs weigh for MSW event? I love old school M4s. So
that'd be fun.
hot.
That's like hella old school keg.
Yeah, that's
Sounds pretty cool.
that's cool. I have an XM177 gas pullback I'm never going to use, but
wouldn't be looked down upon at all.
yeah, that'd be sweet.
No.
No.
I mean, the thing is they don't want special snowflake guns, so it's an AR variant. I mean,
Yeah, you're good
you'll
there.
be fine.
How much-
It'll
and
look
then-
slightly off, if you're wearing multicam and you have like an 80s M4, but
Yeah.
fucking
Whatever.
whatever.
I
I've seen
think
way
that'd be
worse.
Cool. Yeah.
I've seen way worse.
What was the last question?
How much do your packs weigh? Have you guys actually weighed your
I
packs?
think mine's like 40 or 50, probably around there.
Pounds.
I think at max mine was about 45.
Yeah, that's about average. You got a lot of stuff in
I
there.
don't think
That was my pack and chest rig because I just put everything on, got on a scale, and then hopped off and did it without like my gear on. I think it was about 45.
That's
Yeah.
really not that bad.
Yeah, and I think that was my winter.
You might
pack,
even
too.
carry more than that if you do backpacking because some backpacking trips are like a week long. So
Yeah, because backpack, like you're not carrying like a gun and all the mags and gear and stuff,
you have to
but
carry
like
extra food and stuff.
you gotta realize that like you only like take 2 naps, sleep twice at an MSW event and stuff like that. So Hannibal milsim for next amped pleb to pro hydro packs cleaning and maintaining video. Hashtag do it. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we could, but I mean, it's take the water out when you're not using it, and like.
Oh yeah, they do
Clean it?
make cleaning kits. Another hack: if you have an unjamming rod, you can throw some paper towel with some like antibacterial stuff on it, and then just like swipe down the tube that way. Because cleaning the tube part's the hardest.
We
part.
said this last video, I think, didn't
so,
we? Yeah, the tube is the one thing everybody forgets. If you have like a cover on it,
It'll
that's
get
where all the
gross.
grody shit lives. Because you're drinking and you spit back into it.
Sorry,
I think Rob just forgot you're here.
I did.
Plug the Pro, how to buy an Nalgene.
Probably
Yeah.
know how to pick.
But that being
Questions in
said, we actually just picked up Source, and we should have their entire line here pretty soon.
Oh really? I didn't know that. That's
Oh, nice.
sweet.
Yeah.
Source
Oh, yeah, I
is
forgot.
that good. A good.
Feta Murphy, dogs and airsoft.
No.
No.
Don't.
No.
Why would you want your puppy to get shot?
Yeah, that's stupid.
It's-
I'm sorry.
It literally gives you no use. It's probably a liability. Like
Other
if
than,
the
like,
dog
hey-
gets upset and bites somebody.
Other than like, hey guys, look, I have a dog. Like, cool. Like, I don't want my dog getting shot. I'm sorry. like,
chances are your dog is not actually trained as a working dog. Why would you want your dog to get shot?
I don't even
Sorry.
know how people get their dogs to wear goggles. I try to put a birthday
Oh,
hat
like
on
the
my dog.
doggles?
Yeah.
Yeah, that has to be like a very well trained dog. So
I tried to put a birthday hat on my dog for his birthday, and he like freaked out. I couldn't. I was just trying to get a picture.
I don't know,
Aw,
dude.
buddy.
My dogs are hella cag. Like, they just
Yeah,
show
dogs hella cag.
helicopters and, like, they're pretty
Yeah,
sick.
so yeah, there's no reason. If you just want to dress up in your backyard and take pictures with your dog, I mean, you'll probably get made
It's
fun
just
of
it's just a
online.
huge pain in the ass the way I see it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Be
kind
as
of is.
accurate as
They're also
possible.
used like I don't see the utility of it either. Like I just
Yeah.
other than just posting Instagram pictures
to
and
sniff out the BB bombs.
yeah, right. sniff out the pea grenades when they don't go off.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys, and welcome to this week's segment. Today I want to try something a little different. I wanted to kind of start giving out shout outs to airsofters and other YouTube channels in the community that are actually putting out good content. You know, whether it's informative, just entertaining, or just something different. One of the ones we saw recently was our bros in Spartan Team 4. They attend a lot of Milsim West games with us, and they put out a really awesome video of their Russian kits. They went to a local game, they kind of got some practice and stuff in. This was way back before Milsim West Volgograd, Putingrad I call it. So they made this really cool video, and the ending was probably one of the funniest ends I've seen in a while. So check out a clip from it, and make sure to check out their channel and give them a follow.
Okay. I'm loading. It's gonna take me like 5 minutes. What?
Make the pizza with your face. Slice off your face
Spin
and
the spin.
make pizza sauce with your blood.
Yeah,
The mozzarella.
that's where the pepperoni comes from.
All right, am I good to go?
Maybe. Are you?
Yeah.
Do it.
All right, hilarious CS:GO vids. I have the PTS enchanted.
Really?
Enchants. No, look. He had an extra.
Okay, you did. Enchant.
Enchanced polymer mag. Some of my orange followers are not coming up with the BB, so the gun is misfeeding.
Damn it.
Any way I can get these back to working properly. Okay, so basically, the safe way of doing this would be to take the mag all the way apart and get like a Q-tip with some silicone oil or something and just run it through the track.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't want any residual silicone in there, so you got to make sure you get most of it out. But that just provides like a nice smooth surface. I've done that with my polymer mags before. The lazy way of doing that is spraying silicone down into your mags. But cleaning that out is a huge pain in the butt. So as long as you get all the silicone out, you're good. But just something to keep the surfaces sliding well. It also could be a spring problem. If your springs are worn out, you might need to stretch your springs a little bit, which you can do. So
Yeah.
pretty easy.
That's probably one we do need to do pretty soon. Is like a basic magazine maintenance video.
Doing it the right way is, like I said, it takes
It takes some
it's
time,
worth
but it makes your
Yeah.
stuff last
It's
so
a
much
pain in the
longer.
butt, but it's worth it.
Razgriz023. Hi, Amped. Quick question. Are you guys going to be restocking more of the tag and grenade shells and rounds? So, I know we've mentioned this a couple other times. Basically, what is going on is that there's been enough tags coming into the country that Customs and ATF have noticed them, and they're like, oh, hey, what are these random Russian explosives coming in that aren't marked for anything?
Yeah.
So they are, to our knowledge, currently testing them right now. We can get anything that's not considered pyro, so we can get the 203 shells, repair kits, I think the launchers, any of that stuff that doesn't have the actual pyro stuff to it, we can get those in. And we do have an order, I believe. That's hearsay as much as I know. But yeah, that's basically what's happening right now, is that the United States government decided to put their fingers in our fund. And,
Give us our explosives back, man.
Yeah, they've gotten popular enough to the point where they're being checked right now.
I don't blame them.
So, I mean, obviously, once we actually start getting stuff back in, you guys will know.
Jake Vase. Do you guys know when Plat Attack will be shipping the corrected batch of Mark IIIs? Also, do you guys know how and or why this happened? Thanks.
Yeah.
So, I believe they're on their way right now. They got like boosted ahead for like making the new batch.
Mm-hmm.
And then why it happened, I think they just got ripped off by somebody and they got the
they're-
wrong material.
Yeah, they're material manufacturer.
I mean, they're a great company. They make awesome stuff.
What happened was Plat Attack got done dirty. Wherever they ended up sourcing the so-called 50/50 Nyko Woodland from was not actually 50/50 Nyko. So they caught this shortly after we received the batch of them, and they let us know about everything. We stopped selling what we had left, and what they are doing is they are running the entire order again in the actual fabric. And then anybody who bought a pair was sent an email with a more in-depth version of this, and then they will be sent a updated pair. No cost to them. So basically, Plat Attack fixed this. They let us know what was going on, and then we're waiting for the paints to get here. So it was kind of just like well, shit, that happened.
Yep.
Nothing we could have done, nothing they really could have done, I guess.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, they're handling it really well. Especially
Yeah,
since
they handled it
isn't
very
even their
well.
fault. They're still taking
Yeah.
it. So.
So
They didn't have to do that.
Again, that's probably one of my favorite gear companies. So
Yeah.
we will, when you see like a Plat Attack pants re-released kind of thing like that, that's when the batch is actually in.
Okay. Nick Palambiano. For the next episode, could you explain fusion engine maintenance? Nate. Sorry. For example, explain what parts should be lubed, cleaned, and checked after on X amount of times of use. Thanks in advance. We actually already did those a long time ago. So
Yeah, Jesse was actually just asking me about that earlier. It's like, you guys did that video a long time ago,
yeah,
right?
go back in our YouTube history. That's some of the first videos we did that
Mhm.
I did. So there's pop-in maintenance, and then there's also nozzle maintenance too. So if you
Mhm.
look at both of those, that should get you taken care of. But,
Yeah.
Yeah. So also, I think it's still every 50,000 rounds you're supposed to do lubrication. So
It's the glory of an HPA system.
yep.
Runs forever. Caleb Christensen, what are you guys' thoughts on Operation Eastwind? Do you like the idea of an event that is that particular about your kit and goes for that long? Basically,
How long is that?
Wow, what is it?
Eastwind was kind of a...
Wasn't that overseas? Or
No, Eastwind was in the States.
Is it?
It was, I don't want to say a precursor to like MSW because I don't believe they were related on any professional ends, but they were a company that would run like 4 or 5 day long games, week long games, and from what I learned was that I guess you had to have even more strict kits than MSW. So I've never really had that much experience with them. They kind of went away to my knowledge, so basically all I've ever heard was that name they were like week long games.
Was that on?
This was a while back.
Was that out west or was that?
I think it
I
was.
feel like that was in California because I remember people saying that's right. People are posting like, "Oh, the last East Winds this year," and that was a couple years ago. So
Because there were at Derbent that we went to in Missouri. Apparently, there were a couple guys from Eastwind at that one.
yeah.
So I mean,
That's interesting.
It was a cool concept from what I understood, but I don't know if there was something that led to their demise or if they're just like.
I think 40 hours is plenty for me.
Yeah,
At some
so-
point, you gotta go back
I'm
to real
good.
life, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened about them, so I guess I don't really have an opinion.
Oh man, Zapper Feet M4 and 94. I thought the FE should not be. I thought the FG should not be ran with CO2. Read in the manual, I think. So the Wraith wouldn't work on that. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, so to the best of my knowledge, the reason CO2 is not supposed to be used with the fusion engine is because of obviously you have to regulate it down to the proper pressure. But even after you do that, CO2 runs colder than HPA. So I think it was an issue with the O-rings and the seals getting dried out, which I don't know if that's still going to be a problem with the current Polar Star products. I mean, Wolverine doesn't seem to have an issue with it.
That's
But-
the thing is that there's between where you put the CO2 into the stock, we don't know exactly what their regulation and like filter and expansion system is in the Wraith
Maybe
yet.
there's something that allows it to come up to a normalized temperature or something.
So basically, that's the one thing we don't really know about the Wraith quite yet is
Yeah.
what is in between the raw CO2 and when it gets into the engine.
So that's what's important.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing people ran into is people have been trying to run CO2 on those for forever.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
theoretically, I bet if you hook CO2 up to your fusion engine, it would work. They just recommend that you don't because of possible reliability problems. It's like,
and CO2 is dirtier too.
yeah,
so
it doesn't run as clean. I mean, it's just, high pressure air is probably just the way to go for now. The only reason the CO2 is in the Wraith is because with that amount of space you have, the higher pressure of the CO2 is really the only option. If you were to fill that with HPA, you wouldn't get nearly as many shots as you would have.
I mean, you see how big like the air stock is on a 13 cubic inch.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So that was yours.
That was mine. It's his turn.
Oh.
Wow, dude, nice shot. Like, you're
Oh
cool.
boy.
The boys
There
are
you
out
go.
the
You
thumb
deserve
up.
that.
Austin Kegley with a book here. Hey, I'm wondering, are SMGs like the MP7 and the MP5 allowed at MSW? I saw one of the guys doing Australian kits had an MP5 SD, and after reading the tax SOP, I only thought M4s, HK416s, etc. are allowed. Also, why do you think NATO is so restricted in camo patterns? Like the Rust 4 can have the ability to use whatever Rust camo they want, but NATO only gets multi-cam.
Well, is that it?
Yeah,
you
guys
do
know
you
more
do the
about this
gun
than I
part.
do.
If
All
you know
right,
it.
so the gun part. I mean, as long as the gun is used by a branch like of the military. So like, if you run an MP5, like I'm not sure if the Australians use an MP5. I'm assuming they do if they run it. If they got it into the game. Assuming they do. Like I know for like the Polish stuff like that, they run MP5. So it'd be okay for me to run an MP5 as that. MP7's kind of iffy because like only a special forces really use that for the United States. So it's like, I've seen them in videos, but I'm not entirely sure.
The biggest thing you gotta do is try to keep your kit
Yeah,
accurate.
just
So
try
if
to
you
keep
run
it
an
accurate.
MP7, who uses that?
Yeah.
Navy SEALs. So you better have like a full minimum 9-man squad in like GUAC or AOR1 with pretty accurate kits if you're gonna run that.
And that
The
leads
other
into
thing is
camo.
like, yeah. So the other thing is like it may have been their backup.
Yeah.
So like when the last game I told Dom he was worried about like his backup or like if his main rifle broke. I was like, why don't you just throw your MP7 in your backpack? It's this big. You throw a couple mags in there and
doesn't
then like
weigh
a little
anything.
tank. You can smash that into like an assault pack and have a backup weapon, no problem.
Yep.
So maybe it was his backup weapon, or maybe it was his real one.
And theoretically, like, NATO is not really restricted on camo that much. I mean, you got multicam, yeah, but if you do a 9-man squad like he just said, you could do AR1, AR2, and like you can get all fancy.
Yeah.
You just can't do woodland right now.
Yeah, you can't do
because
woodland.
Woodland is a militia.
The biggest thing that they did that for was because multicam is very easy to have access to, especially in the States. They kind of had a little more leeway with the Russians and the militia, so more people would get on that side. Because for some people, getting the actual Russian stuff is kind of hard, because a lot of it has to come from Russia. So that's why the militia was a thing, that they could just get woodland or kind of civilian garb, and they would still get to be on the Russian side.
Yeah.
NATO, they're trying to keep as more of like an actual ground infantry unit that would be in multicam.
Yeah.
So they're going for basically large infantry movements. So that's just how you kind of keep it organized.
We've seen Cat Pat, Flecktarn.
Yeah, the German guys were pretty cool.
Warpat, multicam. I'm missing one. The Ozcam. So like, there's 5 right there off the top. That's like.
Yeah, basically, like their thing was with any NATO group, try and get the impression right.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna do it, try and play along, try and like learn some phrases or like a shitty accent of that country, just to like make it interesting for people. I think that's the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Is that
Oh my
me?
God, that's yours. Yeah.
Like we're trying to learn a bunch of stupid Polish words. That probably won't end well.
Yeah.
I'm actually Polish. I might have to start.
Well, you might have to
trying.
help us out then.
I don't know shit.
I don't know shit.
Siri, teach me to speak Polish.
Rich just wants to make a bunch of sausages and pierogies beforehand,
Pierogies are awesome.
right?
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Tom Clothier. Hey Amped, greetings from the UK. Found your videos while looking up the Titman and have been binge watching Ask Amped ever since. My question is, what upgrades mods would you do to a stock Titman? Currently I'm running an Orga 623 wide bore with the heavy bolt. Cheers. Hashtag give us back.
RT Yanks.
I don't even like tea. You can have it.
I like tea.
I like tea.
Yeah, me too.
Actually, we never got the wide boards to work too properly on ours. We didn't really want to tinker with the airflow in ours too much because we just kept breaking it. So we usually ended up sticking with standard or tight bores in ours. After a while, when dudes really started tinkering, they got the Orgas to shoot really well. The heavy bolt definitely helps with that because it helps give you more consistent compression. Really, the only thing I would say is if you haven't done a hop-up mod, that's the number one thing. You've already got a high-end barrel in there. Look at one of the hop-up mods to it. And then, I'm trying to think what else is in the Titman group. There's...
You know more about that than I do. I can't help.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know much.
All I know
Yeah,
is the heavy bolt's
if
fun.
you're not already, just get in the Titman group. There's a lot of dudes, especially like KP out of Hawaii, a lot of dudes are doing really good mods to it, like rate of fire kits, stuff like that. I'd say you're almost there pretty much. You've got the barrel, the heavy bolt. You just really got to look at the hop up. I think it's not the tap mod, but there's one that it's like a drop-in system for
I've seen it
the
before.
adjustment up top. It drops in and it kind of like gives you a full pressured screw to push the nub down.
Was that a Shapeways thing that got like taken off?
Yeah. They
Shapeways was just a
Because I
3D
know
printed one. This one is an actual like sleeve with a
Oh, okay.
bolt in it that you like have to. For some,
That
you
is
have to actually drill that upper access hole out and then drop it in. But I think the mod, somebody sells one that actually just drops in and then you lock it in with the actual
pretty
adjustment
sweet.
ring.
It's
so.
cool.
pretty cool.
I think that group is super cool because they make all that stuff for that gun. Like, there's so many people that just mod it.
The Titman group is still one of my favorite ones for like a specific company or gun on Facebook because it's so supportive.
Yeah, when I was looking for one, people were like, they knew like.
Yeah,
all this
it's
stuff.
the
It was
dudes are on
super
point
cool.
with stuff. They've crunched numbers and done like NASA level science on these damn things.
Yes.
So if anything you need is in there.
Yeah, they're good. Jake Riley, for episode 50, you guys should try and bring Kurt on to answer some questions about owning an airsoft business. That'd be pretty slick.
Oh,
I actually talked to him like half an hour ago about this one. I was like, hey, Kurt. Oh, wait. When we actually get to film 50, he's going to be well into his honeymoon. Boss man,
yeah.
when this video comes out, is going to be getting married tomorrow. So,
The royal
yeah,
wedding.
crap, that is this weekend.
Yeah.
The royal wedding part 2. He's getting married and he's going to have his honeymoon for quite a while. So
Where
we'll
are they
probably
Where are they going?
I don't even know. Let's find out and tell all the kids to send
Oh
them
my god.
glitter dick in a box to the hotel. We're probably going to sneak at least 2 asks in. I'm looking at episode 60 to be more a la 40, maybe not as in depth or as long, but I'm thinking we're maybe going to do something a little more special for 60. So we'll probably, I mentioned it to him, he was totally cool with it, so we'll see what comes up then.
Yep.
Rob Dawg.
Let's do it.
Oh, dude, you're sick,
Are you,
bro.
are you done?
Dude.
Are you guys done?
Dude.
Trying
Dude.
to focus.
Dude.
Okay.
Dude.
Hey, Amped.
Dude.
X
You
Ever.
fuckwad.
X Ever Ready X. Hey, Amped. Love you guys even though you make my wallet sad. What is one thing you think Airsoft sorely needs or something you wish never happened? Oh my god.
I don't know where to. I
I'm
don't know.
gonna, I'm gonna have to really think.
I can't even go into this topic right now.
I don't
I'm too
need. I don't know
triggered.
where to. I don't know where to go on this one.
I'm already too triggered.
I wish people would stop trying to make Airsoft seem cool because it's not cool. It's pretty gay. But
Did you know how many girls
I
are
think
playing
there
Airsoft?
needs to be like
there needs to be a separation where people understand that Airsoft is like a game. You know, like okay, even if you take it seriously, like we obviously take it pretty seriously. But we're sitting here joking about it. You know, like it's not like
Yeah.
a lifestyle. Like you know,
I
don't know.
actually I think I agree with you or what you're trying to get at.
it's hard to say.
I think my biggest thing is dudes need to stop not pretending because that is literally what we're fucking doing. We are pretending.
there's
I think
there's
people need to
barrier
stop
to-
pretending that it really is something.
Yeah, it's a game.
It's
I mean-
it's a game. We're playing paintball with like cosplay sprinkled on.
Yeah, we're not doing
So-
any justice for anybody. I mean, really, we're just
People just need to start getting butthurt in general.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like I know just recently with some dumb shit happening in like the local community, just people finding reasons to get upset with one another over like the most petty shit is what we
it's
don't
dumb.
need.
Yeah.
So
Because
childish.
I think I've said this in the past like 4 or 5 maybe longer episodes. This hobby is fragile as shit. With all this stuff happening in the news lately, like these could disappear next year, like no problem. People need to just need to chill the fuck out
Yeah,
with this stuff.
Stop putting Airsoft in the spotlight. And
Yeah.
it can't be like that.
Yeah, like
So-
if you see somebody, don't be afraid to like tell somebody they're fucking up. Like if like kids who like carry their Springer pistol to school in their backpack, like fucking punch your friend if that's what's going on. Like sorry, I'm not gonna like tell you to have
punch your
violence,
friends.
but punch your friend if he's being stupid and like doing something like that. Like this is the stuff we don't need.
Yeah.
We don't need it.
I think so.
It's too fragile.
What
It
about
could
one-
go away with
okay.
the blink of an eye.
How about one thing you wish Airsoft had to counteract that?
Even less drama.
More girls.
Oh,
Normal people.
Women.
I put that.
them.
I put a reminder up on the Instagram about that LVOA giveaway,
Yeah.
and I was like, "All right, gentle sirs, and the 7 women who follow this account, blah blah blah." And this one girl was like, 7. Well, I guess this makes it 8. I was like, "Oh no, you're the only one who responded, so that only means there's 1."
Yeah, maybe she's one of the 7.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Hey.
Alright. Anyway.
This hobby is very full of
I
gentle
was scared as
sirs.
soon as I saw a woman on the post. I never.
Yeah,
looked
dude,
at
I
it.
got like scared, and I was like, "Oh my god, I
What is
need
it,
to
one-
delete this account.
White knights incoming.
I'm gonna delete this account right now."
The white knights are coming.
Is that
Whose turn was that?
It's
Was
your
that-
turn.
It's me.
Yeah. Mhm.
Me?
Yeah.
Me? Him?
You.
You.
Shit.
You.
She looks at me and says me.
No, we'll save that
That
one later.
voice
That
comes
one's long.
back. You can't screen the questions.
XX
A lot
Derek
of
31
MLG, a lot
XX.
of MLG tags today.
Small lowercase x, uppercase X, Derek 30. No. Hey Amp, love the shows, all of them. What would be the best HPA system for a DMR? Have an M14. I want a SIG 550. Much love from Canada, eh? Well, since you've limited yourself to an M14, you're really
Hey,
looking at.
Papa Franku.
I don't even care about
we
the
got a
filthy Frank shit.
We got a filthy fan. Too damn filthy.
I can't think about it right now.
That's partially my fault.
That goddamn boy. Since you have. Oh, you once a SIG 550.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, if you were only having the M14, you really only have 2 options. One right now, until the F1 comes out with offset stuff. But the 550, what does that take, Robbie? That's standard V2?
Their V. I know my 550 was really.
You're good, you're good.
My 550 was really weird. I
Spurgs
had
out
a
when there's
TM
noises.
one. Mine was essentially a V3 without a motor cage, if I remember correctly. It was very weird.
Okay.
I don't know what the G&G. I want to say that they're V3s. The G&Gs are. Haven't worked on one in a while, but the G&G ones are super nice. They're solid as hell. So if you can get one of those, they're really cool. They're a lot different to run. So
F1.
I'll do that. Other than that, just stick with M4s because of mags. I'm doing an M4 DMR for Milsim West, so Yeah.
simplicity and
16.
parts availability.
Yep.
I don't want to go to work. I really don't want to go to work. Can I just stay out here forever? There's like not. I don't want to go back. I don't care. You guys can have your BB guns. I don't want to do it right now. Please don't make me come back. All right, guys. Bye.
Oh, you're talking for a whole loss of
We're talking
whole
This is
loss
my
of
question
feeling.
now.
Yeah, we're talking. I want to be like.
Yeah, it's your
Oh,
question.
okay.
No, pull the big one.
No.
Pull the big one, loser.
You hold it.
Come on, loser.
How's that person
Loser.
feel when they realize you skipped their comment, Dom?
He's gonna like ultra zoom in on the YouTube videos. Like, I fucking hate Dom. I'm gonna poop in his BMW.
Conspiracy theory.
All right.
Chemtrails over
Ready?
the fucking Pittsburgh.
Bang bang.
Oh.
The new amped heavyweight BBs are ASG, right?
No, they're
No.
not. I don't know
We have
why.
ASG ones now
ASG
too.
or ASG?
Yeah, we
but-
got ASG in, so no,
they're
not.
they're different manufacturers.
They're actually a different color, aren't they?
No,
they're-
they're the
no,
same
Or is
they're
the
color.
both
ASG bottle like
It's just the
bluish?
ball. The
The
bottle is tinted.
bottles.
That you would know.
It's tinted.
You would know.
Like my Beamer's windows.
Oh my god. And your turn signals.
Yes,
my.
they don't actually appear.
No, they're not ASG. Literally, some couple jackasses
Shit.
started that online because they like released at the same time.
Wow, this is a big one.
That was the douchebag part. They were talking
Okay.
Start
I
with
mean,
it.
you can like just rip
We'll
it
give
up.
it a go. Jack Hallahan, yo fam, show is hella lit. In your
I
experience,
only put it in so you could read that part.
in your experience, what are some cardinal do and don'ts when operating as part of a team? And when was a time that you saw a group of lads playing cohesively as a unit? Chur from New Zealand update in regards to Matt's comment during Airsoft episode 48 about episode 40. I personally loved it. Really interesting dialogue around issues and around Airsoft. I learned a lot and agree with you on a lot of your points. And it's important to reflect and analyze where a hobby sport is heading and where you want it to. P.S. If you could give Uncle Roni a little nudge on those mini maps, that'd be great. All right. So as far as a team, I mean, we kind of have like an unofficial store team, but I guess
We play
We're
like
pretty-
shit, so.
We just cheat live.
we literally never.
Yeah, we just cheat lie.
we
and,
literally
yeah,
never
we're
we
douchebags.
never stop training. Like right now, we're training.
We show up in polos.
I'm doing kegels right
and
now. What?
khakis.
Polos and M frames, and we do run throughs with our guns. It's good.
Dom actually only wears his noodle a day so people can see it.
Yeah.
We all roll up in
What's
blacked
the
out.
point of wearing
GMC
night vision
shirt.
at night?
No,
Nobody can
honestly,
see it.
like I don't know. Teamwork isn't really
It's just
that difficult, I guess.
you got to be able to get people you can work with.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you got to be able to get people that can adapt and learn quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of get lucky that we get forced
I know.
into it because
Yeah.
we just like for like during the summer every other weekend we're at a game and it's like usually the same crew, so we kind of just get
But as
like-
far as like yeah,
it just happens.
people that work cohesively, typically a lot of these more serious games, you see a lot of that. Like at
Mhm.
Black Sheep and MSW, well, Black Sheep not so much anymore, lol. But at those games,
Lol,
since
lol.
people have to operate as a team to make it through the entire event without like wanting
Mhm.
to kill each other, they typically do. So
Yeah.
you see a lot more of that than you do at like the smaller games or like the less organized national events that you don't need to do that at. That there isn't really a lot of organization at.
It's kind of you notice the difference because if we go to like local small games and we have like the crew we normally take to big events, but we just have it at like a local open play, we still like
We cheat.
play the same, and then people just think we're like the biggest assholes because we're like all of a sudden we're behind them or we're on their side or like our saw gunners are very good at putting down a base of fire and like also like kind of like combat basics. I use combat loosely because we're all just losers and it's not actual combat.
I've seen some shit.
Did he ask about pet peeves or no? Because my biggest
some
one is
shit.
people being loud.
I don't think so.
What?
But
Like when you're creeping through the woods.
My pet peeve.
oh yeah, you're
Shut the like people that are just like bumping around that and people grouping up. Those are my two.
oh
big
yeah
ones.
when it's like a
Spread
little,
the fuck
it's
out.
like an amoeba.
Spread-
You're
yeah, like
supposed to hug.
people get so like in the woods and you can't see like any like signs of society. People get scared and like they like just unconsciously gravitate towards the next human.
I was doing that last time we were at the Word End field. I was
Yeah.
like, jeez.
A pet peeve for people, I think, is probably them like somebody not watching your six. But that's what I love because then you have these try hard teams and they don't watch their six, and then you just walk up behind them, and you're just like, plink, 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 plink. And it's like, yes, you just got toasted.
Are you talking about all the kids you murdered at the church?
No,
Oh, sorry.
I'm talking about
The children you
Wow,
shot with
okay.
your BB gun
that sounds
outside the church.
That sounds really bad.
Right.
This is like the Novrich
I'm
video
talking
title.
about, I'm talking about Red Storm. I'm talking about Red Storm when I hid behind a door and like 10 people walked past me and I was just like,
Dude,
plink, 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 plink,
dude.
plink, plink, and they're like, what? Where'd you come from, bro?
Well,
Dude, you can't hide behind a door. That's not realistic. Why'd you do that?
Well,
Like, you can't hide behind a door.
That's an obstructing the doorway. You should be kicked out.
You're not allowed to shoot at something you can't see. No burning.
Sorry, Dad.
No burning.
I can see the wall burning though, so that's all that counts.
Jim Busher. Hi, Amped. Question from the UK again. I'm thinking about getting a Titman, but don't want to run a line to the tank. So the question is, how do the CO2 mags hold up? Do they have any performance issues? Great show. Too old for hashtags. There you go. If you're looking to not have a line, the CO2 is the way to go.
Drop that
Problem
mic.
is, you can't take the mag out.
That's my
That's confusing to me. Why did they do that? Why didn't they do it like the Elite Force mags, where it seals on an internal seal on the mag, and then you can take it out and stuff? It doesn't make sense.
The only reason I can think of is because it needs the direct pressure. Because usually
the direct pressure is still. I mean, yeah, I know what you
Because
mean.
don't in like some like mags when you fill it, doesn't it kind of like regulate it to a
Well,
point?
no, the way a pistol mag works is whenever you pull the trigger and the hammer smacks forward, it hits the firing pin.
Yeah.
But it's essentially, it doesn't look like a real one, but it's essentially what it does, and it smacks the back of the magazine on that valve, and it allows them. It opens that valve and allows a little bit of pressure to be released. But I guess with the Titman, it needs more, so that would make sense.
Yeah.
Maybe they couldn't find a way of getting that to work in the same way in a rifle, but gas blowback rifles do the same thing. So
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like the mags are the same size. I'm just thinking
there has to
maybe
be some reason. Maybe they just didn't know that was a thing. I don't know when they designed it. I don't.
I mean, it's Tittman, so they know what the fuck they're doing.
Well, I know, but maybe they just didn't. There has to be a reason for it.
Yeah, really, that's the only downfall is that you have to buy their proprietary mags, and they can be a little pricey. I think it's like $200 for 10.
A little bit. That's
But
like
when you think about it,
$20
that's buying a box of gas blowback mags, kind of.
it's more than that.
Gas blowback mags are
Yeah,
like
they're way
50.
more.
They're like
never mind.
50 a
The
piece.
CO2 mags are like 260.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
They're up there
I'll
compared
be
to
right
like
back. I'm gonna
standard
check the
EG.
warehouse.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
leave and lock the door behind you.
Goodbye.
So.
Yeah, that's really my only gripe with them is that you can't eject the mag midway through a CO2 cartridge, and you occasionally, if you're spam firing, you can get like CO2 cooldown and all that nonsense. But other than that, the Titman usually handles it pretty well.
Yeah, it's designed to. So. Go for it, Dominic.
Nate Lee. Hey, Amped, what do you think of
Another
the Wolverine filtered grip line? It sounds like a good idea, but would it increase the air consumption? Hashtag we don't need Anthony for a good ass Amped. That's a sweet one, man. That's nice. It makes me feel good about myself slightly.
Yeah, a little bit better.
Yeah, because you've been feeling so bad about yourself lately.
I'm pretty much just a piece of shit.
Aw.
Douchebag cheese line.
The
Filter
filter
grip
line?
line.
I didn't hear about that. Is that new?
It's pretty much one of our IGLs.
It just
with
keeps dirt out of
a filter.
and stuff, right? Yeah.
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 I mean, if you're a dirty player, it's a good idea.
Honestly, though, yeah, as long as you're careful about getting dirt in your stuff, then I guess it wouldn't really be a problem anyway.
Robbie's a dirty player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen people I've seen people get dirt in some of the most crazy places. So if it's gonna get there and you're not careful enough to pay attention, it'll get there.
Yeah, if you want it for peace of mind, then why not? Especially if you're playing like a dusty environment, like out west. I mean, we don't have that problem here because we don't have sand or anything. But if you're playing in the desert and stuff, I can see how that would help a lot.
Yeah, I can see it helping there.
That, or like if you do more like milsim oriented stuff where your pack and tank are off and on a bit, that might be helpful.
Yep.
If your gun side is hanging out a bit, that could be a thing.
That's
Okay.
Robbie, yeah.
Okay. So, let's see what we got here. It's Brandon CSGO. I think commenting that my PTW was working jinxed me. Now it's broke again.
I just put that in for
You didn't
lulz.
jinx yourself. They just break. So it's all good.
Yeah.
It's not your fault. I'm just kidding. They're good.
That is a rule of thumb with the PTW. Always say that
Don't
it's
talk
broken,
about it.
and then it
Yeah.
may stay
That's what
okay.
Wes does.
It can hear you.
Yeah, his is like okay.
It can hear
Yeah,
you.
his is okay, but he says it's broken every day, so
Yeah.
that's what you have to do.
It's like reverse psychology. You have to like tell it that it's wrong so it stays right. Phoenix Feather Airsoft. Hey guys, any thoughts on putting a Pro-In into an ICS M4 with a split gearbox? I don't have much experience in working on my guns. Is it worth the effort? Hashtag Europe uses ICS. You guys really do. Like, that's all that's on Reddit is ICS.
Really?
It's like not a thing here in the States.
I mean,
Like a couple random guns here and there, but their M4 is like no bueno here.
ICSs in general are super picky with stuff anyway. So even with aftermarket hop units, I've never tried it.
split,
It should theoretically work.
I'm trying
Like with a one piece, it shouldn't have. You're gonna have to mill out your receiver still to get the one piece in there because there's a 2-piece off.
Well, no, it won't. No, it will. It will.
It
I'm
will,
trying to
yeah.
think of
It'll all
what
swing up
is in
together.
what's in the lower
just
in this area.
just the rest of the 2-piece op. You'd have to grind it out like you do
Okay.
with KWA, right?
Okay, that's what I'm trying to remember.
Yeah. So, other than that, because those do have 2-piece ops, right? I'm not crazy.
I'm
thought they
pretty
did.
sure that it's a weird one. I think.
I'm sorry if I'm dumb. I haven't worked on one in a while, so I didn't read about that question beforehand. But if they do have 2-piece op-ups, and I remember them, I think they do.
Someone will correct us, and then we'll probably re-answer it on the
Yeah.
next video.
Just no, I'm not trying to sound like a know-it-all. I just haven't worked on one in a while. So.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've even.
But theoretically, that should work. I just don't try stuff with ICS because they're so weird with aftermarket parts. So
Yeah.
All right, so Robert Nooney. Hey Amped, would you guys ever want to go to an MSW game that has normal NATO setups only? Standard M4s and M16s, Mitch helmets, pretty much all the non-operator setups.
Mitch helmet's not.
Hashtag Matt is always there for me. Hashtag basic bitch.
Eliza basic bitch.
Hashtag too many rolls. Hashtag special snowflake. And hashtag guess what? Where's Anthony?
He'll be back
Free
tomorrow.
Anthony two
Really,
pieces.
really?
My bad.
He gets back tomorrow. Yeah.
Really?
I would be.
I mean,
Cool.
are you saying like you want like National Guard straight infantry kits? Then I totally agree. I think that would be amazing.
That'd be pretty sick.
I totally want us to do like a pogue as fuck like we were considering it. We were gonna go as Anthony's old trucking unit. So we get like all like 8-up ACUs, just like IOTVs, Mitches and stuff, and then we'd have like a bunch of spoons stuck in our armor and all this stuff, and we just sit around a truck like dicking off, like changing tires and stuff. We're
sounds
gonna be like a
horrible.
straight transportation.
I don't want to wear a
crew.
Mitch for 40 hours. I'm good. I can't even wear a Mitch for 10 minutes without wanting to die. So
There
occasionally dudes will do like really
They're not
spot on infantry impressions, and they look so fucking cool.
Yeah, they're
Just
pretty
like
sweet.
a bone stock, like SOPMOD M4, like ACOG, PEC, vert grip. It's all the right gear. It's in the right place. Like that stuff looks really good, and they have all the armor on too, which is like kudos on that one. So
that's impressive.
usually those guys are military though. So
They're used to it already.
Rob Dawg,
I'm just a peasant.
or you just pull one.
Yeah, you're pretty peasant-like.
Yeah, bro. Only runs chest rigs and backwards
Oh,
hats.
this is a short one.
Backwards hat.
Willis, and now everyone else is doing it now too. Look at that. When you just
Who
look
wants
at
a
that.
chest rig? dude?
What the
Like,
heck?
Who wants the chest rig?
Chest rigs are so stupid.
Yeah.
Everyone,
like-
no, everyone that worked here was
I'll
like,
send
oh,
you money
dude.
later.
Everyone that worked here was like, oh, dude, plate carriers for life. And then like literally within a year, they're like, oh, chest rig.
I was never here for that time. I just
Plate carriers are nice during the winter when you're cold.
Will's Pret.
Prove it.
How does one properly slap squat? That video, oh my god.
Dude,
I don't know if you've seen that. There's a video on that actually on YouTube. Check
it's
it out.
very in depth.
It's so
you know
funny.
You
what-
need Adidas, really shitty liquor.
No, the trick is to actually apparently.
Your feet have to
Alright.
stay flat on the ground.
Yeah.
Jump on the table and do it right now.
I thought somebody was going to, but
I might.
The video's
Your
funny,
feet have
though.
to be
It's like
on
you
the
can
ground,
Squat anyone.
so-
you'll
Raw.
randomly get smoked
I don't
by
know.
RR for
Dude,
being
I might
some
fall.
douchebag.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not gonna do it. I don't want to do like burpees or something. I might fall off the table too. So that's awesome.
God, we're fucking morons. Thomas Foster, amped, looking to pick up a pistol and was wondering what you might recommend. More performance driven, not that bothered about it being full metal or not. I like the TM Glock, but I've heard it has issues.
Ooh, I can talk about that. No.
Then talk
But-
about it.
So, get the fuck out of here. So the TM blocks, the gas ones, they're meant to be run on duster gas or HFC 123A.
The shit you clean your keyboard
Yeah.
with.
So HFC 123A is a refrigerant. So that is it's a little more potent than duster gas, and TM blocks run really well on that if you can find it.
Don't sniff
If you do want to run green gas, you can, but there are a couple pieces on the frame that can go bad. The piece that actually catches the outer barrel when the slide goes back, I think that has problems. And there's a piece on the slide that it's been a while. I'm trying to remember what actually goes wrong.
My plastic KSC had that. Doesn't
Yeah.
the actual slide catch?
It breaks,
starts
yeah.
to like chip away at the slide.
That breaks, and there's something else that stuff will just go wrong because the gun's not meant to take it. It's like putting nitrous in your stock car. So
It'll work for
other
a
than
bit.
that, as far as like the best pistols, I actually just bought a TM Mark 23 non-blowback. Should be pretty sweet. So
Yeah, boy.
they're like whisper quiet, and they're pretty cheap too. So honestly, I think those are really cool. But as far as gas guns, I mean, you can't go wrong with like a nice full metal gun. Like the KWAs are always good to have. You know, they're nice because they have you know they're in the US and you don't have to worry about going
Who
through
cares if
some
they break?
backwards ass.
KWA, as long as you're not planning on like tinkering with it or like messing with it, will be a pretty solid pistol. And I totally forgot about this. We were talking about a batch of police pistols last week, and I forgot that KWA, I believe customers can send it in. You might have to send it to your dealer or where you bought it from, and they send it in. But they have like a refurb program for like
They do, yep.
$40 a pistol, and they
And it
basically renew it.
It renews the warranty when you do that. So
Yeah, if you send it directly to them. So I mean, that's also a good thing.
Yep.
And it might take a while.
You can't do that if you get a TM. You're shit out of luck.
TM's not even supposed to be in the country if it has like
Yep.
block trades.
Nope,
and shit,
you're
so
fixing it
lol,
yourself.
no.
You're doing everything yourself. Pistols actually aren't that hard to work on. Luckily, there's some modification you have to do. But
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, go for
it's
it.
your turn.
Who cares if it breaks if it looks cool, right? That's all that matters.
Exactly.
I just don't carry a pistol.
Yeah, that's also true.
It's like, if I can't shoot you with my rifle, then no.
I'm only doing the Mark 23 because it weighs nothing. I'm gonna need one for.
No, because they're
for-
lousy.
for
If you
DM
can like, you could like plop Jesse from here and you
I
wouldn't
know.
hear the
Well,
gun.
for DMR, I'm gonna need one too, which is why I'm doing it. 100 feet med.
So
Watch the
your
Bod
buddy
Jumps
again.
video if
What's
you haven't
that?
seen it. He's got a really cool
Mike
one
Hunt
about
again.
it.
Mike Hunt.
Bam. That's how
Hey,
you say it.
Amped. How do you take
Hell
the
yeah.
new G&G combat machine stock off the buffer tube? I can get it off for the life of with.
He might be talking about the one with the MOSFET.
So if you're having trouble getting the MOSFET out, you have to cut all the heat shrinking off, then unplug
Nope.
it.
The new ones they flipped it.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
Oh
they
my God.
basically what had happened was they routed the wire like out and around the MOSFET and then
So they
heat
finally
shrunk
fixed
it.
that.
So I think
Thank
they
you,
just
G&G.
flipped. They just flipped.
I don't know
the-
why they had it like that in the first. I'm glad they fixed it.
Those
that
were like
makes me-
production models.
That
'cause,
makes me happy.
I think they just flipped it, and then the wire just unplugs, and then you just
Yeah, you want the
you have two of like the standard push fittings or whatever they are, and then you just do that, and the MOSFET and most of the wiring comes out, and then it's just a standard buffer tube screw.
Yeah, that's it. And then,
That should be it.
yeah, that's literally it.
Yeah, G&G never has actual real castle nuts, so don't try and break that loose. You'll just like shrek the rear end
Yeah,
of the body.
don't do it.
No,
You'll
no,
just shrek
don't do
it.
that. You can try if you don't like it.
There we go.
Crank it.
Splat gaming. What do you recommend getting into and learning about upgrading AEGs? I don't know. There's a whole ton of stuff you can do. I mean, what do you recommend?
It's such a
That's a pretty broad-
it's a yearning, wanting question, and you're like, oh, you probably paintball.
What do you recommend getting into and learning about upgrading AEGs? MOSFETs are really cool. If you like dealing with it, I mean, honestly, an AEG with like a nice motor and a gear set and a MOSFET, I mean, that'll do everything you want it to do.
What about tuning the gun?
Tuning?
What should he do?
AOE correction. Make sure your piston is getting engaged at 12 o'clock. You need the sorbo kits. There's Reddit is actually good. There's all kinds of stuff on Reddit about that, about tuning stuff, and I'd recommend like browsing the Airsoft forums on like DIY mods. 'Cause a lot of the do-it-yourself stuff still works even when you're using high-end parts, and it can actually help a lot. But yeah, shimming everything correctly, doing AOE, and reducing the amount of resistance with wiring. Like a good wiring job goes a long way. So
Find a senpai who you trust.
yeah.
Because there's a lot of guys that do stuff, and some do it certain ways, and they say other ones are shit.
There's a lot to
vice
get. There's a lot you
versa,
can do to
so-
an AEG, and there's a lot of nitpicking stuff you can do with like barrel stuff and RHOP and
Yeah.
all that stuff. But it really depends on how much time you want, how much you care about how your gun shoots, and how much time you want to put into it.
You'd be like me and just say, hey, Robbie,
Yeah, that's what Dom does.
here.
So,
Yeah, Dom just throws money at everything.
so he solves Pizza Boy over here.
Pizza Prince. Bryce 0505 again. Hey Amped, I've been wanting to get that ugly orange tip off my airsoft gun. I know that sound amplifiers work on gas blowback and HPA guns. Is there enough air going down the barrel on an AEG to make a difference? Thanks and much love from New Jersey.
Oh yeah, they work well.
Yeah, still snap.
They'll make a difference on your AEG, it just won't be as pronounced. Also kind of depends on what gun you have it on. So
They still sound pretty nasty.
yeah, they make them sound different definitely.
Yeah, they help.
But it's something that like an HPA or gas blowback that pumps so much gas down the barrel is when you actually get the full effect of quieting or loudening your muzzle report.
No.
My muzzle flash from my 6mm.
Yeah.
Bruh.
It's
Hurry up, bro. Hurry up, bro. Hurry up, bro. Hurry up, bro.
Don't rush me. I'm not good under pressure.
Hurry up, bro.
Okay.
It's upside down, bro. Oh, him
Oh,
again.
Again.
Is this 2 in a row?
I don't know.
Price 0505. Hey, Amped, on a couple of your Asked Amped, you show a clip. It never talked about the time the Humvee's window got shot out at a milsim event. Could you talk about it? Much love and keep on keeping on.
Yeah, the rocket was at Irene. I was driving. The dude had one of those custom-made Nerf rocket launchers. He shot the windshield and it cracked.
Damn.
Cool story.
Yeah,
Damn,
that was it.
Good one.
Kurt got really sad. I laughed a bit.
Hey, straight, straight. 11 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Oh, shit. There we go. Kurt.
Oh, you fucking.
Hey, I need a medic! Oh shit!
So what happened when you have 40-year-old windows, 30-year-old windows?
Yeah, you have to remember that's like an 86. Those windows had never been replaced. Like glass kind of gets weak after a while, especially in an off-road vehicle that we beat the ever-living shit out of.
Around, yeah.
They checked the guy's stuff. He was within limits of the game. He didn't like put like a stack of dimes in the Nerf rocket, which I guess people have done before. That would suck. Yeah, it was a standard Nerf rocket, so it just he got a lucky angle, and the window was just like, lol, rip kid, I don't want to live anymore.
Yeah, killed him.
So that's basically all that happened. We got him replaced like 2 weeks later.
Committed seppuku on itself.
Yeah, it was just like, lol, you don't get to see anymore. That was pretty funny, because if that window hadn't been there, my head probably would have gotten taken off.
Man, that would have been KIA.
That would have been milsim
Killed in
PTSD.
action.
Dude, you get milsim PTSD from a Nerf rocket, like going off beside your head.
It was a pink one.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think that's it. So, thank you for stopping in, guys. Anthony will be in the next one.
Don't worry.
Probably. We're just gonna be,
No, he's never coming back ever again.
It's about to get a lot louder around here.
We actually have like a crate of soundproof coming in just for this.
Just for
Oh, he's gonna hit me when he sees this. Lol.
I didn't say anything, so he's gonna love me.
He's gonna hit you for some
Probably
reason.
just-
Yeah.
probably
just
He's just gonna like we're gonna use you as a mannequin again. He's just gonna smack you because he wants to.
Doesn't really trigger me.
So yeah, guys, like we said, get all your questions in down below for the next episode, and we'll do our best to try and answer them next time. Might do something different for 50. I'm not even really sure.
You guys should go somewhere. That'd be cool.
We haven't gone outside in a while, so we might actually
Yeah,
do
that'd
that.
be good.
We'll go to Pitt, and you can
Oh,
just
yeah.
sit in there and stare at all the girls walking by during summer
It's
school.
my specialty.
That's really creepy, actually.
Hey, not really. Well, hey, she goes.
Master lady, please.
Milady. Milady.
All right, guys. So this has been Matt.
Dom.
I'm Robbie.
All right, thanks for stopping in, guys, and we'll see you for episode 50.